Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I am here at the 2023 edition of the SEMA show, and of course I had to stop at the Ford Performance booth, especially with this car here. What the heck is it? It's a 2024 Mustang FP 800S. But before we get into this manual transmission, bumped up horsepower muscle car, let's talk about what's going on here. The Mustang. It's been around since, if you ask an aficionado, 1964 and a half. Technically that first year, model year was 65. And since then, not only has the Mustang changed the auto industry, but also American culture. Now, you were with me in California. You were with me on the high banks of Charlotte Motor Speedway with the new 2024 Mustang GT and Mustang Dark Horse. Well, guess what? Here at SEMA, it's about showing off extra performance. Now, what's awesome is Ford Performance decided to take a page out of the book and kind of throw it away. Instead of making some crazy concept that is unobtainable, they've decided to bring vehicles that you can buy and drive with a warranty. What's fascinating is lots of auto manufacturers are switching to electric vehicles. Ford has decided to stick with the good old internal combustion engine V8 and pump out more power. So what I want to find out is this possibly a sign of the upcoming Shelby GT500 for the S650 platform? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this Ford Performance 800S Mustang and find out. Right off the bat, the color. This sparkling blue-gray color looks fantastic under the show lights. Of course, like I said, we brought you the full redesign of the Mustang, and you'll see that this is a Mustang GT, not a Dark Horse. You can get the package as a Dark Horse, but this is a GT. You're gonna have that full LED, triple LED beam headlight. You got your tri-bar daytime running lamp, and then you'll notice the functional corner air intakes. This car has been lowered on some Ford Performance springs to give it extra handling because you're lowering the center of gravity, but also give it that special look. You'll notice the addition of a dry weave carbon fiber front splitter. The reason why this is dry, it doesn't have the clear coat finish over it. I like the way it has that nice satin feel. Of course, it is functional, so it's gonna give you extra downforce, and it adds to the aggressive look. Now, as we come across that new nose on the S650, one of the things Ford really wanted to focus on were these corner air intakes. And that's one of the things that when you pop the hood on a new Mustang GT or a Dark Horse, you get those twin air boxes, and these are fully functional. And the way you gotta think about them is the nostrils on a horse flaring up and bringing that air in. I love the way that they did this off-white finish kind of on both sides of this special grille with the Ford Performance badge, gloss black. Love the nice wide opening vertical slots with the horizontal bars. On the lower portion, you have your flat black, which brings in more of that cool air for that Coyote V8. And as we swing around, what you're gonna notice on the hood is they did the same thing like the splitter. They went with a dry weave carbon fiber air heat extractor to bring that hot air out from underneath the hood. And it also helps with aerodynamic efficiency because you have air hitting the car from the front, and then we need to drag that air and kick it out and over the roof. Now, as we swing around, of course, it's not just about power underneath the hood, it's also about handling and braking. So you're gonna notice these Ford Performance wheels, absolutely stunning. They are calling this Battleship Gray, but it looks like an off-white. Really love the style of the wheel. This is a 19-inch wheel with the Ford Performance badge. You got your ginormous 6-piston Brembo calipers, and of course, increased rotors wrapped in those Pirelli Trofeo RS tires. These are the same tires that come on the Mustang Dark Horse with the handling package. Very track day, sticky track day focused tire. 305 on the width, 30 series sidewall, and then down the side of the vehicle, I'm gonna have Steven kind of drop back, and I'm gonna get out of the way just to show the side of the vehicle. I like the way they didn't go crazy with the graphics. They kept it simple. Nice stripe going down the side with the FP 800S. I can't wait to tell you what 800 means. I think you could probably guess if you use a little bit of that smarts up top in the head of yours. Dry weave carbon fiber on the mirror caps. And I think what really sets the paint job off is having the gloss black roof. That's always been a nice option, I feel, for people when personalizing a Mustang. Because that's another thing, is that there's no, you can see 20 Mustangs and there's no two that are the same. Now, as we continue our way back, that side stripe, I like the way it has the white that they bring down. You'll notice on the rears, we got a little bit more rubber to meet the road. Really, really nice with these Pirelli Trofeo RS tires, 315s on the back. So put that in perspective. On my Shelby GT350R, I have 315s. So this 19-inch wheels, all four corners, the color, the tire, it's ready for performance. Now coming around the back, what do we have? Of course, if we have a carbon fiber splitter, we have a carbon fiber heat extractor, you're gonna have these fully functional carbon fiber rear wing. I like the way it's got the addition of the gurney flap. And remember, the reason why they call this a gurney flap is from Dan Gurney. He not only won the 24 Hours Le Mans with AJ Foyt in 1967, he also engineered a lot of different aerodynamic pieces and also mechanical things with his own race team many years later. What's fascinating is that with that 1967 win at Le Mans, he was the first race car driver ever to spray champagne. And here we are in the year 2023, and that is a tradition with the winner of an auto race, is spraying the champagne. Now, of course, just like up front, the tri-bar stuff, you got your tri-bar taillights, the gloss black with the GT badge blacked out. And remember, you could have this package with the GT or the Dark Horse. I like the way they added the Ford Performance badge, just to let people know you got something special. And then coming down, you're gonna have this free-flowing catback Ford Performance exhaust. Those are 5-inch tips. So 5 inches in diameter. You could take a freaking nice Florida orange, stick it in there and fire it out like a shotgun at the competition. The Ford Performance engraving on it, and then our complete rear diffuser. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and find out why they call this the FP 800S. All right, guys, now just to give you a little bit of a history lesson on Ford Performance, remember, it wasn't always called Ford Performance. Originally, it was called SVO, Special Vehicle Operations. That goes all the way back to the 1980s with that Fox body SVO Mustang that was powered by a 2.3-liter turbocharged engine. Then they became SVT, Special Vehicle Teams. And if you bought, say, a 2007 Shelby GT500, when the GT500 made a comeback after being gone since 1967, that was built by SVT, Special Vehicle Teams. Now it's simply just called Ford Performance, which makes sense because underneath the hood, we definitely have some Ford Performance. What you're looking at is the introduction of a 3-liter Whipple supercharger, ginormous supercharger on that Coyote V8. Remember, the Coyote on the S650 platform was already the most powerful 5-liter naturally aspirated engine. You go Dark Horse, 500 horsepower. With this setup, Whipple supercharger, look at the massive air intakes, massive throttle body. You can still see we're using the dual airbox, dual intake. Love the way they got the supercharger pulley right there with Ford Performance on it. You're looking at over 800 horsepower. Now the great news is that, like I said, you could do this with a Dark Horse, you could do it with a GT. If you do it with a GT or Dark Horse, you'll still be able to have a 10-speed automatic if you want, or you could have a 6-speed manual. You're still on the GT, have the Getrag. If you go Dark Horse, which is what I would suggest, you get that Tremec 6-speed manual transmission that's like sliding through a hot knife through butter. But why don't we go ahead, I want to fire this up and take it for a spin. Obviously we can't, but I want to show you inside this mighty Mustang. All right, guys, we're inside this mighty Mustang, the 800S, the FP 800S. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much is this? No official pricing yet for the package, but it will be coming soon, and we'll bring you that information. And remember, when it comes to the Mustang, I still feel for the money, it's bringing the most performance, especially with that naturally aspirated V8 but we got supercharged power with that Whipple supercharger, and they did a couple other touches in here, which I'm going to show you right now. So if you're ready, I'm ready. To the door panels. You'll notice the new updated door panel. I like that neoprene material, nice, soft, with the stitching. Door pocket, nice size. You could get a couple Vegas golden donuts in there. That's one of Steven's favorite things he ate here was the golden donut. Now going from the door panel to the dash, you got the Mustang name. The way that they did the Mustang name with the design built into the trim, it's gonna cut down on vibration by having this rather than putting more plastic pieces on. Of course, we already showed you the massive screens, which I can't do anything with here at the auto show, but we'll have more on throttle action soon, so stay tuned for that. You got a place for your Ford Track Day Twinkies. And then of course we got this guy right here. This is our 6-speed manual transmission. This is the Get Trag because we are in the Mustang GT. And then to finish it off, these seats. Love the Reacaros, the nice off-white with the Recaro name, the FP, manual adjustments, excellent bolstering, really gonna hold you into place, especially with the flat bottom steering wheel. I wanna go right now on throttle. We can't though. We can't. We're at the auto show at SEMA here, but we do need to wrap it up. So if you're ready, it's kind of sad. I'm ready. Let's wrap it up from SEMA in this beautiful Mustang. All right, guys, it's been a freaking mighty muscle car kind of experience at the Ford Performance booth. I definitely want to thank Brandon and the rest of the crew for getting us access, especially Kyle, getting us access to this FP 800S. Is this the ultimate Mustang? Is this a sign of what's to come with possibly another Shelby GT500? Let me know down in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ladies Rides family. Of course, none of this would be possible if we didn't have the muscle behind the lens. Steven flexing on the SEMA showroom floor. Thank you, Steven, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.